I'm Gaz, and this is Let's Quickly Play Let Them Trade. This game is given to me by the developers. It's sort of a casual economic trading game with some city building elements in it, I guess. We'll go ahead and just play on a map rather than through the campaign. There's a bunch of maps to choose from, and then I guess later you'll have access to the workshop because there's an inbuilt map editor. But for now, let's just go ahead and play with Beach Island here. It says it's an easy map. The ease of the game, the casualness of the game is debatable. It's actually pretty easy to box yourself in. Alright, so we're playing on a table here, and it kind of even implies it's a board game. I don't know if they're actually going to ever make a physical copy of this game, but then we kind of just playing in a room by ourselves to emphasize the casualness of this not quite casual game. So we've got our little hex board here, and basically the game is, like it says, to trade. So we've got our castle keep here, through which a lot of our stuff will process and will gain taxes based on the trade networks. And even though this is a sandbox map, we do have some goals here. Our ultimate goal is to have 4 aristocrat houses completely happy. So the way we do that is we look for resources, and the tutorial takes you through like 1 city per resource, but that's not going to work. We only have access to 4 to begin with. We can unlock more later, but right now we're going to have to make some cities that will pull double duty. And so I'm looking at this right here. Right off the bat, we have access to forestry stuff and potato farms. So we're going to have access here to some lumberjacks, and then later we have stone here for a quarry. Same thing over here. We have access for a quarry and then some fields for some farms. Down here we'll have more quarries. And then over here we've got access to fish. We will need that later, and this is actually going to be really difficult to exploit. Anyway, let's go ahead and put down our first cities. We'll put one here. So cities have like a 2-tile radius. Well, everything basically has a 2-tile radius. So we'll put this down here, and then we'll go ahead and provide them with some people. 1 peasant home provides the amount of workers needed for whatever worker building. So we'll put down... Well, really, I think to get the economy going, we're going to need several. I guess it doesn't really matter here. So by putting a worker down here, he'll have 2-tile access to the forestry, or for this, this is actually kind of a tight. Maybe I should have moved this a little bit. Because eventually we're going to need a lumberjack, and that is going to need to be 2 tiles away from a forestry. So we're either going to have access there or there, which means that if I put a peasant here, we're not going to have access to that tile. I may have to spread around over to here. Let's see. Let's just go ahead and put down 2 here for now. We can always have access to stone elsewhere. We'll put down 2 lumberjacks, and that city is now ready to go. Let's go ahead and put in another one. That there, and then put... Yeah. Put it here, so it's not on a usable tile. Go ahead and put 2 of those there, and then potato fields right here. Okay, so now they will have access, and we can just drag a road to the keep. And even though the road goes through the resources, it doesn't affect them at all. And they will share, they will need things that they provide each other. So the potatoes will also not only go through the keep, they'll also go to this little town to provide them for food and then wood, etc., etc. Another thing we need to build is for the castle. We have a provisioner. Cannot build next to a city. Okay, so then we'll also build a research center. Let's build that up in here. Yeah, so as you can see, the cities do have a build radius, so this is a real tight area here that we're going to have to keep away from. So what the provisioner does is it provides provisions for the knight. The knight here goes on expedition to explore the map. So we'll send him out right now. And as you can see here, he'll build up a retinue. In order to fill that retinue, we are going to need to research a barracks. And the whole reason for that is because bandits will show up and they will start attacking supply lines. Other thing we have is the research center. We should be working on that right now. I know we're going to need a sheep farm and a fishery, So let's go ahead and get started researching those two things. But as you see here, we go into quarry, then light barracks, and we're going to need that sooner than we think. So the provisions basically starts out with 8 provisions, and it is 1 per tile to discover. So he'll go back and forth all the time and get resupplied. Suppose I can put this on a little faster speed. Alright, there we go. Trade carts, moving along. And now we just have to sit and wait until 20 wood and 20 potatoes have been traded. So yeah, I guess what I can do is I can put the lumberjack here, and then I put a peasant here, and then that way this peasant will have access to this quarry, this one will have access to that jack, this one will be that jack, and then we'll have the lumberjack, or the what is it? The sawmill, there you go. We'll need another peasant somewhere. Okay, sheep farm has been unlocked. Need another peasant somewhere to gain access to the workers for that. Don't think... Yeah, I can't build it on forestry. It does not clear that. So what that means is that we are going to have a little bit of a problem here, where I'm going to have to plan ahead. So as I said, there's a 2-tile radius. I'm going to have to think. If I build one there, then I might be able to get this one for that lumberjack. Or possibly there. I just don't want it to be too close to the castle because we will eventually need more castle buildings. What I'm thinking here is using this plain for the sheep farm. Okay, we need our sawmill now. Right there. And we're not making any money, so that's not great. We'll need to start expanding. I wonder if maybe I should send him off in this direction to go exploring. Anyway, so to get access to this is going to be a real difficult one. If I put a peasant here, I'll gain access to that fish farm. Put a peasant here, I'll gain access to that one. Which means the city could be here and then wrap around. But it also needs, I believe, access to the resource itself. It's kind of what it looks like. So if I put the city here, it might not gain access to this resource. So I can put it here, then how am I going to get that? I mean, we can get one for sure, but we're going to absolutely need 2. And if I build it like a city here for the sheep farm, so maybe that means we'll have to build one a little bit closer. Boy, there's really no good spot for this, is there? Well, anyway, we are at that point where we need this right now. I'll go ahead and let this go, just because we do have... Okay, you know what? You're not going in a direction I want you to go in. Let's go this way. So I could build the further down, but the further you go, the further the trade network goes, and the harder it is to get resources. So packing it all in is kind of important. Access to stone there, too. So this is the puzzle aspect of the game. I guess I could try this. I'm just not sure about that. I don't think that's going to work. What else would I put here, anyway? I could always put more, but it needs to be connected. So I guess I could put more peasants down now. This one could be access to something else. Yeah, okay, let's try. That does not have... It does not work. But let's see anyway. Let's see if it'll pull from here and then wrap around. If not, we're going to have to destroy this little city. Don't like that it said it had no access there. We will see. And I think I will also shortcut. Speed this along here. Really desperately need this to work. Yeah, I'm not so sure. I kind of feel like that's telling me that it's not accessing. This would get to that one. My transporters can't keep up. Yeah, okay. So that's not going to work. I have yet to figure out how this one is meant to be laid out. So let's puzzle this one a little bit more here. If I put this here, and put two peasants here, that one would get that one, that one would get that one. We could try that. I still don't know, I mean that one might be too far away because it's 3 tiles. This may still not work. I'm not really sure. Right. Back to that. What have you discovered? Coal. Suppose if I don't really expand on this one. Wonder if I have to build this one first. Speed this up even more, please. Oh, they are. They are building that one. I just want to see. I mean, you've got peasants here, which should have access to this, right? I mean, there's a worker there. I just don't know if that not... I guess we'll see in time. But anyway, now we need a wool farm. So thinking about spacing here, it's going to be real tight. So you're going to basically have a cutoff there. Oh, what do we have here? Bandits! Okay. Sir Knight. Need you. Come take care of that. So anyway, maybe here, and then we can put 2 peasants there, and then that might... I mean, we're probably going to have some conflict if I expand that city. This one may be a little too close. Like, if I do expand this and it doesn't let me build within the radius, tile radius. So maybe pushing it down a little bit. We're wasting space by doing that, but I'm not really sure. Now let's just give it a shot here. So for all the casualness that this game continues to imply and trumpet, saying that this isn't a a game about you know, worrying about timing and timelines and being in a rush and all that stuff. I've found, just in about an hour's worth of playing, that it is very easy to screw yourself up. I guess that it is possible to just, you know, delete it and do it again, but figuring stuff like this out is kind of a pain. It does appear that, like, this guy is pulling some fish out of here, so I'm not really sure what the redness implies. Maybe it's time? Like, because it's so far away, it's going to take too much time? The longest time to get the resource? Oh. Speed this up a little bit more. Now this one, because we do have that lumberjack, I do need another peasant home over here. Because, yeah, we're maxed out. So I will go ahead and build this here. Now, as you can see, that's out of that lumber reach. But and then if I add this one, we're going to need another peasant home over here. I guess, I haven't been paying attention to this. So it says we need one worker home research. This actually takes a hell of a lot of time, because that is the next era of things to build. What I'm actually going to do, I'm going to go quarry, and then we'll go light barracks. I suppose I could do this tavern as well. Let's work on that barracks first. Because as we saw, we have a little bit of a bandit problem. Let's send you over here. Got access to clay now, and I know there's an iron deposit down here. We have 2 coal in this vicinity. So if I was to start building over here, I think I'd probably build another potato farm down here and maybe potato combination lumber. Just to supply this a lot faster. We'd still not have access to the fish. As you can see, fish and wool are luxury. We're not providing enough potatoes. That was another speed upgrade. Once we get quarry, we can do that too. They'll be able to trade a little faster, so maybe we'll get our supply going. This is a no-good desert out this way. But, problem is I can't expand beyond this right now because I have hit my city cap. So that is another thing. If I want to go to urban development, then I can increase my cities. So we're kind of stuck right now where we are. More coal. And it's good that this bridge is built, because bridges are expensive. So we should build down here. And prices are fluctuating. We're at one point making plus 60 something, and now we're losing too much money. Oh, we have a bandit. Maybe that is why. Suppose I can speed that up. And the bandit's gone. Managed to uncover a hideout, though. This might be difficult without a retinue. Not so much. Okay. Let's slow that back down again, so I continue to have control. Let's send you... Is there even a reason to go down here? I suppose. What's the next level of stuff? Stone toolmaker, charcoal, clay pit, tailoring, mill... So yeah, I guess we'll probably need access to that eventually. Why don't we come over here then? Start working our way over here. Or pushing further this way, I don't know. Again, the... Okay, let's do light barracks, followed by the speed. Let's get that tavern in there, and then we'll go worker home. purple is making the least amount of money right now. What is going on? Expenditure on buying resources. Expenditure on trade taxes. Okay. Well, I suppose then the implication there is that because we were buying and selling from here to fill the luxury goods, it is costing them more just to have their basic goods for the peasants than it is to trade the luxury goods. Right now, we're not keeping up with food demand, so I think it's time to build one more of these. Let's see, if I get a peasant stretch down here, putting it compact I think is probably better. Put one there, and then we'll put another potato farm right there. That'll leave me a peasant here for the coal, or the stone rather, which I now have access to, and I guess I could just be using that straight as a trade good. Do not know. I don't believe, it doesn't look like, these have any limit, so they just keep producing it. So like this thing looked like it was full of wood there. This is full of wood. Resources are missing. Not getting enough traders to pull the wood to the lumberjack. So that it must be time then, I guess. It's the coloration here, which is not great if you are colorblind. Yeah, why don't we do this? Let's just go ahead and see. Oh, right. There's another thing here, which is that the cities have a certain number of tiles that you can build, which means we have to upgrade, which is going to be expensive, but let's do it. Hit my building cap. City budget is abysmal right now, which means they need something else. Just keep going towards this, shall we? There's my iron deposit right there. And now we're making a bit of money. So another way to deal with the worker shortage is that you can also upgrade the peasant homes. Right, but we need to research that first. And then that'll put one more person in the home. So if I wanted to do this here, rather than putting down another peasant home, I could just upgrade like these two, and then they'd be within range to provide the workers for that. Which, thinking about it, means that I probably could have tried to upgrade the farm rather than expand. But that's okay. So now we have access to 9 buildings, which means we can... See, I guess there is kind of a problem with what I'm doing here, because now, they are going to need other needs, and now that's putting pressure on these. So perhaps I am doing this wrong, but I suppose one thing we can do is upgrade and delete a little later on. Where is this? Okay, it is... It's not really doing any research. And I guess that is because it takes... takes stone. It takes stone to begin the next level of research. Makes sense, seeing as how we're trying to build towers. So we need the stone here anyway. Okay, so we got our clay here. Another iron deposit. So that will be good. Send you this way. There's an upgrade. There does not look like there's an upgrade here. We're getting no fish. Yeah. Problematic. So I'm assuming then that I would have to perhaps upgrade this. Now, just upgrading it's not like not going to double everything. In fact, if we do some upgrading here, I could get some more fish just by doing this. It's a +1 wool upgrade, though. Are we getting wool? Yeah, we're getting enough wool, yeah. So why don't we go ahead and add that little upgrade. What upgrades do we have over here? 15% output for every other building of the same type. I guess just as it exists. Well, considering that perhaps we are having problems with that, should do that too. Hold left shift to toggle similar buildings. Okay. Yeah, that one's having some problems. So again, we may need to pull double duty here and start having each of these cities provide their own lumber. The city's small enough that I think it's doing fine. But we may need to do that to help supply neighbors. We're not producing any stone yet. Okay, there. Now we've got some in there. Looks like my provisioner is not getting what it needs either, which is going to slow down exploration. So, here's where I've kind of boxed myself in. I've now slowed down everything. For a casual game, it is very finely tuned. I have a feeling that there is actually a build order. But, seeing as how the game just came out, I have yet to discover that. Let's speed things up here. Halfway on this one. Thankfully, there have not been any bandit attacks lately. Although, notorious bandit Mary Reed is out there somewhere. Don't see the camp. I guess we have to discover it. Light barracks is done. Okay. Well, this may be difficult for me. Okay. So if we get this over here, I'm going to be borking myself there. I won't be able to build next to it. In fact, I have pretty much stymied myself. So I guess this city is done. If we ever want to expand upon that, we're going to have to upgrade the houses. Because building down here is going to have some limits too. I don't have any more options there. So we'll have to build here. Now I think the bigger the retinue, the more resources we will need from the provisioner. Which means we need to get this going. Hopefully the upgrade here of the trader can speed that along. Okay. Trader speed upgrade, hooray! Now, to add to this, we do have 2 guys already who just came with it. They're building automatically, it looks like. Through stone and board. Okay. So now he's got a little bit. He is idle in the castle. Why? He stopped exploring for some reason. Alright. Managed to uncover a secret hideout of notorious bandit Mary Reed. Go handle that, please. About face. Now that we've got a full retinue, oh, they've got a lot of bandits in there, actually. So we are low on the wood, and the wool, and the fish. Yeah. Alright, well, I think in that case, I am going to go ahead and expand the city here just a little to start help with the wood production. In fact, we could do the same here too. But since wool seems to be an issue, perhaps I should expand upon that instead. Put one here and then another wool there. Yeah, yeah. Okay, Sir Eldrick. Back to this. We only lost 2 guys, it looks like. We'll have to go back to the castle. We want more. Got one sitting there. I'm curious to see. Well, okay, out of 100. So I guess it'll just keep going until it's supplied this. Unlock worker home research. 1 urban development researched. We are losing a lot of money. Probably should get on this immediately. Now, that's still green. It's not grayed out. Get an extra night. That would perhaps help with exploration, but we are not producing enough. But we have One-Eyed Tom. And there he is. Okay, and Sir Eldrick was going back to the castle. Now, he might just disappear on me here, but we will see if I can't get him to get One-Eyed Tom. We have no wood. This is maxed out anyway. I would have to expand Amber Hollow if I wanted to put another one in here. The alternative would be to expand houses, but they're too far away. So that's not going to help. So I suppose we could do another supply city down here. Once we get this. It's going to be very far away from these, so it will not get luxury goods. I guess as long as it's supplying what we need it to supply, we do. Okay. I wish this would go back to the previous action after it's done instead of just hanging around there. Urban development. City has increased. City limit has increased. Extra night researched. Okay, wants that too then. Fine. Alright. So, let's slow that down a little bit. Well, I guess we'll just put one right here then. Now, it's going to hurt me if I want to build a quarry city. So, we'll probably need more stone eventually. Nope, that's not how you do that. Well, I mean, either way, I guess. Put one here, and then here, and then just for now we'll do one of each. And then as this expands, that's not super efficient because now it's going to have to go this way, and if it's supplying this one, it's going to take a little bit longer. But since it's going to be basically supplying what this already supplies itself, I'm hoping that's going to work out. This fish, though, this is a problem. One-Eyed Tom is back at it. Great. Extra night unlocked. Okay, so now we have Sir Quentin, who's also building up a retinue, taking many supplies. Guess we'll send him in opposite direction. They're both sitting in the castle. So you go that way. And you go that way. Do we have any idea where this Tom is? Probably not. So yeah, as far as luxury goods go, getting this fish going is pretty bad. 1 mill researched, and then produce some coal, okay? Am I blind? Guess there's coal mine that way. Gold mine mill. Oh boy, so we gotta go tailoring, citizen, then back around, or to wheat farm first and then mill, I guess. Okay. No. Needing food is... Ah, there it is. You, Quentin. Oh. Eldrick took care of it first. What do we have? Well, I suppose that's if we upgrade to the worker. So it looks like this gives me a worker slot, which is different from the upgrade. We will need one to begin working at the mill. The thing is, well, I guess because we are eventually working our way to aristocrat. Maybe. I doubt I'll get there this video. Kind of looks like we're hitting the edge of the map over here. It sadly does not look like we'll go to the edge of the table. It'll be quite the map. So there's no easy way to cross over here. What would we gain by building down here? I mean, if there's fish over here, then that's kind of necessary. In fact, let's change you and go see if that's the case. What are you doing? Guess we'll just let the economy go for a while. Speed this up. As long as everyone's profitable, we're not in any real danger. You are having a little bit of an issue, and that is perhaps because I do not have enough people. So we can... Wheat farm unlocked. Hooray. Yeah, it kind of looks like you are up against it there. Oh, good. So I don't know why the green is... I guess maybe because when it hits the edge of the map, it stops him from exploring? When it hits mountains? That's kind of... I feel like that could be fixed a little bit better and just like change it and keep him exploring elsewhere. Explored a lot there, wow. Yeah, so here are the new plains. I guess like if we want to expand our wheat fields, it's going to have to be down there. Does not look like there's any more fish in this area, which is too bad because this body of water is taking up a hell of a lot of space. Could move over here, but I think this is the only one in that area. We are going to need a new source of fish, though, so... Unless there's water over here. Don't think. Might have to move over here just to get it. Let's see what Elk is cooking up here. Pause. Calico Jack. Sir Quentin. Come take care of that. I disappeared. Damn it. Right. I don't see a reason to keep going that direction. Need to go that direction. Anyway, let's get Greenspur back up and running here. Let's get that. We're gonna need. Manage to uncover the hideouts. Interruptions. Looks like he's fighting, so he's picked that up on his own. Let's see. I'm going to need. Let's go ahead and upgrade the buildings. Get that done, then I'll build another batch. Guess if I do 2 there, they will take that one. 2 take that one. Sure. Yeah, of all the resources, fish is the one we're hurting the most right now. So that is a necessary thing to find. New source of fish. Can't see much reason going up here then, unless we need coal. What comes out of coal? Coal mine, and then just coal mine. Probably used towards a forge, I would imagine. So we may need that eventually. And then stone, I guess, is just for building. Oh, maybe we don't need all these quarries after all. Here's where the 2 iron mines are, and if those are the 2 coal mines, that's going to be a bit of a trek. We can get a forge town going over here. Yeah, it's finally upgraded. Okay, let's go ahead and... Let's see, that's still not going to be enough though, is it? I got room for 4 buildings. Okay, actually that will be. That will be perfect. Go ahead and build... Should it be here so it has access to that one? And then that one... screw it. Let's just... A little far away. Add 1 more farm. Jack. And this will just be a basics. We'll have to get a wheat farm down here. Now, I haven't been putting taverns in. I'm only going to guess that affects happiness. Even though it doesn't appear to be necessary. I guess here, when happiness is high enough, they'll pay extra. So that must be what that gap is. We need them to be having a tavern. The fact that we can't supply fish, though, means that we won't be able to supply that tavern. That requires 1 fish. Yeah, we're not researching anything, right? Yeah, I kind of stopped, so we need that mill. And then we'll go stone toolmaker. Alright. Driftmoor is doing pretty well right now. Amber Hollow is the one that's not. 100% happiness in town, though. Opposed to 98 up there. They're running out of potatoes. Okay, well, I guess one thing to do there would be to... Sawmill has stopped because it's missing wood. Okay. I guess, in that case, it's time for me to back up a little bit on my research and start researching expansions so I can pack more people into the homes. Probably would have affected Greenspur a little bit better had I done that rather than spam down all these buildings, but once we do some upgrades, that'll give me more resources. I can just keep expanding down here, and that should be really good eventually. We're not exploring too much over here, Eldrick. You guys not getting a lot of provisions, or what? I guess not. It's really slow. We're running out of potatoes, so yeah, we need to expand potato production quite a bit. We've even stopped building barracks. Oh, because we've got a limit over here. Ah. Didn't see the limiter. So even though we can have up to 100, we can quits. Now what is this? Adjust target stock. Well, okay. I guess that means how much we need at the castle? So if somebody needs potatoes then... Okay, let's try this out. So the castle is holding on to... I don't know why these have gone over. If that's... That doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me, but maybe we can trade this with Eagle Watch. Eagle Watch has potatoes. Okay, somebody needs to come grab this. We got too many potatoes down here. Sell them. Sell a bunch of them. That's probably not a good idea to do right now. Some peasants run out of basic needs. Basic need potatoes. But how? We've got 1 billion of them sitting there. Why? How? Or is that just telling me, like, in the city that... Oh, my knights are out right now, aren't they? Yeah. Probably going to lose Iron Hook. But maybe, if I follow him, I can find out where he'll... Okay, I think he's just screwing around right now, so maybe we could actually get... Eldrick is coming back. Trusty Knight Eldrick. There you go. You are doing very slowly. What is going on here? How about we come down this way? But this right here, I mean, it's providing its own iron and coal. I mean, that would actually be a good forge town, seeing as how it has nothing else to provide. Do I even have access to that right now? Seeing as how that would be under workers, we need wheat to even research the mill. Gotta look a little closer at that. Well, in that case, why don't we get rid of you, so that you can start working on the stone tool maker. That stuff we do have access to. Then we'll put mill. So I do need a wheat farm. Okay. Well, that also needs a lumberjack to be producing sawmill stuff. So that's okay. Maybe, tell you what, back up on this. Let's do this thing I said, and we will start upgrading the basics so I can expand them. There are absolutely no fish. Oh yeah, the red line does in fact seem to matter. This isn't getting... Oh, that's for wool. Okay. Got a lot of provisions, but... Alright. Well, I guess, to further expansion, you probably just want to build a bunch of cities, because as soon as they get on a road, they go real fast, but then they take forever off the road. Well, I mean, I'd like to have this area cleared up for a wheat farm. That looks like a really good place for that. I think it's going to take forever just to explore it. And you stopped exploring again. Maybe I should go that way instead. Well, I definitely don't think I'm going to make it to Aristocrat this video, but we'll see how much further I can go. Alright. So, we got that now. I guess lumber mill? Need to wait on that. Potato farm level 2. Lumberjack. Ah, no, it's actually going to be sawmill. Kind of wish you could set them to patrol and automatically handle the bandits. No. Alright, this doesn't look like it's 80 either. It's bad. Lumberjack. And it looks like we're hitting the edge of the map down here. So we might have room for one more city down here that can handle the wheat. Why don't we go ahead and do that? Let's get awful close there. That means that those would not be good to be built on. Shortcut some roads here. Probably good enough. Looks like building those things does some automatic exploration. That's pretty nice. And we got a gold mine. Gotta wait on that. I can only imagine that that is going to provide me some stuff. Purely sellable stuff. That is not what I want to look at. Buy or sell automatically. A little bit of fish. Yeah, that's still not enough to help. Really hoping to find another fish resource over here. I'm convinced that is probably the only thing that's going to save me on that. There doesn't appear to be any water over here. Dune. As soon as we get some wheat going here, finally be able to handle that next bit of research. Guess we can go ahead and get that queued up. Wasn't I having them do this already? On the stone tools. I guess I needed to upgrade this. Of course, upgrading means that they're going to need more resources, and we keep running out of potatoes. So, why don't we... And I guess you provide for that? Interesting. I guess I wasn't really paying attention to the arrows here. These provide the needs, and these don't go anywhere. I was thinking that maybe having these within distance of these production buildings would provide them the workers, but it looks kind of like the workers come just out of this town. It doesn't make any sense though, because this is providing, very slowly providing materials. And these provide the needs to the peasants? Gotta be honest, I kind of blazed through the tutorial. Perhaps it specifies a little bit better about that for layout. Still need the mill? Low on planks. How are we low on stone? What the hell does that mean? 77 in there. Still not producing enough wheat. Is that because it's dragging it to people? Ah, there we go. And we need to produce coal. Well, as stated, oh hey, there's some fish. As stated, I think a city over here will handle these things. Would be best. Mill is now unlocked. Mill is researched. We need to produce coal. Okay, well let's get this city up and running. over here. And, well... tempted to test. That is the case. That's gonna have to be... we haven't unlocked that yet, dum-dum. We need tools. Okay. Well, let's have you start making some double duty here, why don't we? So we're gonna need toolmaker. That will lower one of the peasant slots to increase. Okay. And this uses stone and wood. Perhaps we should build that over here. So you can just straight. Oh, tiles occupied. Oh, max building count. Ah. Wanted to do what I wanted to do. I'm sorry? Do we not? We're out of money. We're all out of money. Well, I have clearly mismanaged this land. So, yeah, I mean, the only conclusion that I can draw, aside from making poor choices, though, is that this is not as casual of a game as the developers are trumpeting. You absolutely can make very bad decisions, as evidenced by my playthrough here. I think that the map here certainly hindered me a bit too. Boy, do we know where any of these bandits are? I don't like the fact that you are still there. Okay, well now here's my fish town. You could also provide iron and clay, so I assume bricks. Yeah. I don't think we're going to get to coal. We're not able to provide stones that would open that up, and etc., etc. So we need a town here too. Now I could, I guess. I cannot. I need to go to expansion up in this past citizen. So you only get one expansion. Oh boy! So here's the puzzle game. You got 7 cities. Make it count. And clearly I did not. I could, I suppose, just sit here, build up a bunch of money, then delete a bunch of things, and come back, and then maybe optimize this a little bit better. But I think for now, I've seen enough of the game. So, I think we'll end it here. That has been Let Them Trade. Do not do what I did, because clearly I've done it wrong. Anyway, thanks for watching. I will see you in the next Let's Play.